With the Orlando Sentinel at FM 96.9 The Game's Mike the Bulldog Bianchi.
On JRR.
All right, there he is, the Bulldog on this Overreaction Football Monday.
The sports page brought to you by the Nickley Group. They are Central Florida's #1 real estate team for a reason. If you want to buy or sell quickly, just call Nickley. Check them out, thenickley.com. Where do you guys want to start?
Should we get the non-football stuff done and then spend as much time as needed on the college? Oh, lights out at the F1 guys from Singapore. That answers the question. Wow. We go to our F1 insider and expert, Taco Bob, reporting from...
Just hopped off the Learjet from Singapore. Verstappen only got second this week, but... Russell wins the race.
Any news about who won the constructors title this year?
I don't even know what that is, but it's probably Home Depot.
McLaren locked that up on Sunday.
There you have it.
All right. Hey, your boy Shane Van Gisbergen on the Roval there in Charlotte.
The king of the road courses wins again. I believe that's his 5th road course victory of the season. So, yeah, but he's not in the playoffs. He'd already been eliminated. Joey Logano slides into that last playoff spot. It's been narrowed down to 8 now. So Logano gets in. Denny Hamlin actually allowed Logano to get in by passing Chastain near the end of that race. Chastain would have been in, but Denny Hamlin was not happy that he let Joey Logano in. He said he didn't know anything about it. So anyway,
it's not like Chastain's exactly best buds with people out there on the track either.
Right, good point. Good point. Major League Baseball, the Yankees on the verge of being eliminated. Toronto beats them last night 13-7. So Toronto leads that best of 5 series 2-0. One more victory, they win. Seattle ties up their series with Detroit 3-2 yesterday. So again, that series is tied, and the Brewers and the Cubs play today. That series is tied. The Brewers lead that series 1-0, and the Dodgers play the Phillies tonight, and the Dodgers lead that series 1-0. Orlando City, Orlando Pride both got draws over the weekend. Both look like they're both in the playoff hunt. Orlando City's already clinched. I think the Pride have clinched as well. So they're just playing for playoff positioning. Is that all the non-football? I think it is.
Do you want to start with the off-the-field incident, this Mark Sanchez thing, before we get into the actual game? Good Lord.
I don't know. Yeah, Mark Sanchez. The first I read of it was Saturday, and I went, man, Mark Sanchez got stabbed, and I guess he was the aggressor in this altercation he had with a 69-year-old truck driver. He was in where was this at?
This is in Indianapolis. I guess he was supposed to be part of the crew for yesterday's Colts game, and he was part of the Fox Sports broadcasting crew for that game. And I guess he was out on Friday night, 12:30 a.m., public intoxication. He gets into an altercation with a truck driver who was unloading his truck at a loading dock or something. In between the hotel, I guess he was staying at there.
You're waking me up.
Well, Sanchez, he attacks the driver. The driver's like trying to get the guy off of him, according to the police report. And the driver finally pulls a knife on him and stabs him, and Sanchez runs off. And I guess he has to go to the hospital. Yeah, so he's been arrested as well.
Oh,
Mark
God.
Sanchez.
Oh,
so,
boy.
yeah.
So he didn't broadcast the game?
No.
I wouldn't think.
No.
In fact, I don't think he's probably going to broadcast any more games.
Probably not.
Wow,
Probably
sucks.
not.
After so he goes from the
rehab in his future, perhaps.
He's the butt fumble guy, right?
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
Somebody texted in that a few minutes ago. Text that in.
So, yeah. Speaking of the NFL, man, even though the Dolphins lost yesterday, what a game that was.
It was an entertaining game.
Yeah, they lose to the Carolina Panthers, so the Dolphins fall to 1-4, but it was a hell of a game. The Dolphins allow backup running back Rico Dowdle of the Panthers to run for 206 yards.
Bulldog and Taco, I knew it was just way too much of a stretch to hope that the Canes and the Dolphins could both win on the same weekend.
Oh, yeah, absolutely not. Somebody said it was something crazy as Dolphins and Ravens both have the same record of 1-4.
Right.
If somebody told you that a year ago, would you ever thought that?
Probably not.
No. Well, you might have believed it with the Dolphins, but yeah, the Ravens got crushed yesterday. What was it? They gave up 40 points. Oh. So yeah, they're terrible. Their defense is awful. The Bucs do it again. They come from behind on the road in Seattle, win 38-35. They get an interception by Levante David with like 58 seconds left. That set up Chase McLaughlin's last second field goal. So the Bucs end up winning. Baker Mayfield, my God, he is incredible. 29 of 33, 379 yards, 87.9% completion percentage, was the highest of any quarterback in a game this season. And the Bucs come from behind again. They became the first team in NFL history with 4 wins by 3 points or fewer in their first 5 games.
By the way, bonus style points for transporting us back to circa 1980 something with the throwbacks on both sides yesterday.
Yeah. Absolutely. 2 throwbacks. Yeah. The Seahawks and the Bucs both had those throwback jerseys. What about, there's no undefeated teams left in the NFL right now because the Patriots beat the Bills last night, 23-20. The Broncos beat the Eagles yesterday. So yeah, we mentioned the Ravens game, 44-10. The Texans beat them. How bad are the Raiders? They just get crushed by the Colts, 40-6.
How's it going, Pete Carroll?
Poor guy. He's such a nice looking fella, seems. How about you mentioned that Bills game, so I guess they got blacked out during the whiteout.
Right.
That game was so boring for the first half. It was like 3-3 the whole time. I'm going.
It was 3-3 at halftime, I believe.
Sucks.
Hey, what's going to happen with your Jags tonight, Bulldog? Monday Night Football.
Man, can't wait. Jags and the Chiefs in Duval. That is going to be awesome. Can't wait for that game. I'm hoping the Jags are going to win. In fact, I think I picked the Jags. I did pick the Jags to win the game. So the Bulldog was at the Swamp on Saturday, by the way. Gators upset Texas, number 9 in the country, knocked Texas right out of the top 25. As I called Billy Napier, he is the Houdini of the hot seat. Whenever this guy gets ready to get fired, he ends up winning games. So
they look like a whole new team. They really did.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah, DJ Lagway looked good, and I'll tell you what, this true freshman receiver, Dallas Wilson, is a stud. He catches a couple of touchdown passes. So the Gators go on the road to play Texas A&M this week. Well, Texas A&M, I think, is ranked number 5 in the country. So we'll see if they can keep it going.
Lagway just needs to stay healthy. I see a problem there.
Yeah, he pulled up lame again on Saturday, had a calf issue. He couldn't move around, but he stayed in the pocket and threw for a season-high 289 yards. Speaking of quarterbacks, Carson Beck, man, he throws for 4 touchdown passes to lead the Canes over Florida State. That game was closer. I mean, the score was 28-22, but Miami was ahead 28-3.
And they had that one called, that 50-yarder called back as well.
Right. So Miami, by the way, moves up to number 2 in the country. The 2 preseason top 2 teams, Penn State, Texas, out of the poll. Penn State
my God.
Penn State loses to UCLA, which had been winless and has already fired their coach, and they've lost 2 in a row now. So, yeah.
Dude, I told you, I just for S's and G's, I was on one of the Penn State fan forums yesterday. Oh, my God.
What were they saying about James Franklin?
Oh, my God. Tarmac him, please. They wanted him fired on the tarmac out there in Los Angeles. They jumped in right afterwards. And then a bunch of them, they got their wish. They were going, please unrank us. Please unrank us. They unranked him.
Yeah, James Franklin, man.
Oh,
he can't
God.
win the big games, and now he can't win the little games either.
Oh.
Good Lord. Kansas, by the way, beat UCLA. Kansas beat UCF on Saturday night. UCF had a chance to either tie or win the game at the end. I was listening to it on my way back from Gainesville. They had a second and goal from the 1 don't get it. 3rd and goal, don't get it. 4th and goal, don't get it. So 3 shots from the 1 yard line, they couldn't put it in, and Kansas ends up winning that game.
Ouch.
So UCF has now lost 2 in a row.
That one hurt.
Yeah, that one hurt a lot. Vanderbilt couldn't quite hang with Alabama either. Alabama wins that game 30-14.
Dude, I had a feeling when Diego Pavia was practicing the victory formation before the game. I'm like, dude, that might be a bridge too far as your trolling goes.
Hey, did you guys notice how hot his mom is? You know, like we talked about Jackson Dart's mom, Pat. You mentioned her. Pavia's mom. Search her.
Single mom. Let me show you the text I sent to one of my buddies over the weekend on that one.
By the way, real quick. So Jimbo Fisher was part of the broadcast crew for the Florida State Miami game up in Tallahassee. So they're doing their, pregame, shoot, and the fans are all there doing the tomahawk chop, and Jimbo turns to them, and they're like cheering Jimbo. He turns around with tears in his eyes. He's crying. Yeah. How touching. Probably wishes he'd never left.
Greener pastures, right, Jimbo?
Right. Of course, he did get that $70 million buyout from Texas A&M, so he's probably glad he left.
Buy a lot of Christmas trees with that.
Absolutely. Leave him right there on the front stoop.
He is Mike the Bulldog Bianchi. Plenty to talk about on your show this afternoon, starting at 3 Game On with Brandon Kravitz on FM 96.9 The Game.
By the way, happy birthday to the great Kevin Cronin of REO Speedwagon. Riding the storm out. Oh, oh.